Good afternoon. Welcome on in to another episode of From Day One. Today, we take a look into Judge Simpson's court and see the craziness that unfolds.
The 14A District Court for County of Washtenaw, State of Michigan is now in session. All those having business before the court draw near. The Honorable J. Cedric Simpson presiding. You're muted.
I know. He's muted, and it's a great thing.
I don't think he realizes he's still muted, Judge.
No, he doesn't realize he's a little slow.
Way slow, Your Honor.
I'm here now, Your Honor.
All right.
Laura Brown, Deputy Chief Public Defender, appearing. Your Honor, we likewise do not believe that a conflict exists and would waive this court hearing all matters before this court today.
Court, for its part, does not believe that a conflict exists either in the Michigan court rules or the cases decided thereunder. To the extent one does, given the waivers, the court will consent to matters. Does call the case of People versus Jordan Maxey.
For those wondering, at the beginning of a trial day in Michigan, both sides have to basically certify that there is no problem between them and each other, so that there is no other part. Whoa. Judge Simpson, we'll be back to you in a minute. Did somebody send me a gold ticket? So did somebody send me a ticket? I got a golden ticket. I got a golden ticket. That is fucking awesome. Alright, we'll get to that probably either later today or tomorrow's episode. But in the meantime, back to Simpson.
Being in Judge Washington's court at the same time as this court, the 7th, but I can manage both of them.
No, you just tell Judge Washington she has to wait.
I will.
Let me know how that goes. All right, which date would you like?
April 7th, please.
All right. Court calls the case of the People versus Jacob first.
And Your Honor, I've had a chance to speak with Mr. Ganatra. It's my understanding that there may be some additional felony charges coming down the pipe. So I'm going to ask the court to yes, Mr. Burst, there's another warrant that's been issued for another felony. So we're going to adjourn the probable cause for that case to catch up.
Okay. Is it already, when you say has it been filed as of yet?
Judge, it was submitted as a warrant request. It's being reviewed by a colleague in my office, and it would be a felony if it's charged as it was submitted.
Okay, so let's do this. I would, sir. What did you want to say?
I just wanted to know what it is.
Well, right now it's
you can
nothing.
get a ticket.
Because I don't have a case, but they're telling me that there may be one coming. I'm not going to have anybody commit to what the charges are going to be. They're still reviewing it.
Okay.
They believe that it may be a felony. So what your attorney's trying to do is just make sure they're all kind of together. I asked the question that I asked just from a timing standpoint to try to figure out the quickest we could get it done.
Okay, that sounds right. Sorry about that.
No, it's all right. So what I will do is
right.
I'll put this out 2 weeks. March 24th, 2022 at 9. If it comes down and they're given another PCC date and counsel knows that,
Yeah, counsel would know that.
if you could let us know, and then we can potentially do paper adjournment so that we accomplish the goal of having everything together.
Basically,
Okay.
adjourning one case without having the other, without
Yes,
having
Your
to
Honor,
go to
that
court
works.
for paper adjournment.
Bond will continue. Thank you.
Thank you. Give me a call, Mr. Burst, okay?
Oh.
calls the case. People versus Robert Ozier.
Close enough, Your Honor.
What are we doing?
For the record, Mr. Crozier has been returned to the jail on a bond violation report. I attempted to meet with him in person on Tuesday. However, he's in quarantine. I had a Zoom meeting scheduled with him yesterday evening, but there was a critical incident at the jail, and it was on lockdown, and all visits were canceled. So I've been unable to meet with him to talk with him. So I'd be requesting a 2-week adjournment. What's that, Your Honor?
2 weeks.
Yes.
Any objection from the people?
No objection, Your Honor.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned March 24, 2022, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Bond will continue.
And that just means they won't get over.
I'm sorry?
Well,
Am I going to be able to be released, sir?
no.
I've got a job interview coming up. The only reason I was at the house is so I can
Mr. Crozier,
No.
Mr. Crozier, I will come to meet with you and speak with you about it, but based on the circumstances I read in the police report, I do not believe that Judge Simpson would change your bond today. So we'll need to address it.
There was no incident or nothing. There was no incident at the house the night that I was arrested. I was there to get paperwork. She let me be there.
Mr. Crozier, you were not permitted to be there, period. So that is the issue.
Mr. Crozier, I'd suggest that you listen to your attorney.
Yeah, she's
so
trying
that
to
you don't
save your
say
ass.
anything like what you may have, which already may be an admission to a violation of your bond. So as your attorney is telling you to be quiet, you do need to understand anything you say can't be used against you.
Yeah, in other words, shut the fuck up.
Thank you. Bond will continue.
Thank you.
Your Honor. Next case.
Court does call the case. People versus Ivan Pasick.
So, Your Honor, Mr. Pasick would like for me to relate to the court that
Please tell me
as
it's not
a
sovereign.
member of the armed services, he is not required to appear before this court, and that he is requesting an immediate release, an immediate dismissal, and there are several other reasons for that as well.
So, is he stupid?
I have
or
also
stupid?
submitted some paperwork for Your Honor's signature.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe you did.
That is not a basis upon which either jurisdiction of this court would be relinquished or not attached. Being a member of the armed services, there might
Correct.
be certain actions that can't be taken if they are on active duty. However,
Also correct.
that doesn't seem to be applicable here. I'm
He's
certain.
on active duty, just so Your Honor knows, because I'm sure he'll let you know. That's what he states, but he also has immunity.
He also has immunity.
Yes, he indicates as an ambassador to 2 countries that he has immunity.
He's an ambassador
Then here's what I will do.
to 2 countries.
I will order the competency evaluation
Thank you, Your Honor.
in this matter pursuant to what was filed with the court. I will set a hearing on that matter for June 16th.
Yes, please do, Your Honor. He's
June
stupid.
16th, 2022 at 9 a.m. And as to the request for bond, if he believes that he has immunity under some diplomatic status, I will at this time then continue his bond and await any communication from the State Department. Bond will continue.
Yeah, don't expect
Thank
it
you.
to come.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. Pasick.
Court calls the case of the People versus David Grayson.
Your Honor, today is the date and time set for the probable cause conference. My client respectfully requests that we set this matter for a preliminary examination. Zoom is appropriate.
No immunity issues.
Judge
Not this week,
Simpson.
Your Honor, not this
Okay, all right. I'm just checking. That will be set for March 22nd, 2022, 9 a.m. via Zoom, and that will be before Judge Freshour.
week. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Bond will
And if we
continue.
could just remind the defendant of the bond conditions,
Thank you.
no third-party contact, no direct contact with the victim in the case, please.
Is there some indication that that has transpired? Or?
My office received information from the victim that family members of the defendant are contacting her.
All right.
So if you could just reiterate the bond to him, please.
Idiot.
Mr. Grayson?
Yes.
Mr. Moron.
Based upon that communication, it would be incumbent upon you and be in your best interest to remind any family members or any people that you know that they should not have contact with the alleged victim and or protected party in this case and not interfere in that regard. That can be, and if you need to have a reason for that, that can be very damaging to you and potentially could lead to additional charges.
A lot.
So that bond condition, there is to be no contact, direct or indirect, or through third parties. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
This bond will continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Right. Court does call the case of People versus Christopher Gilmore.
Is there no more girls?
Your Honor, can I get a breakout room with my attorney?
No.
Mr. Gilmore, we won't be able to do that, but Your Honor, may we approach, please?
Ashley Lonnie for the people, for the record, before we approach.
Can you put Miss Landy, Garrett, and myself into a breakout? Garrett.
I'm trying my case, Mr. Gary. I'm trying to move forward.
Yeah, we
If
don't
he
get
keeps
to.
talking, please mute him.
Thank you, Your Honor. And we're just quiet for a few seconds while they're in their breakout room. But man, it's fucking awesome.
All right, we are back on the record in
back.
the Gilmore matter. I think counsel has returned also, has she not?
Yes.
All right. Matter, my understanding is that because of certain incidents that you were not able to communicate with Mr. Gilmore and would like an adjournment of these proceedings, which this court believes is appropriate. So what I will do is I will adjourn the probable cause 1 week since he is in custody. So I'll adjourn it to the 17th, 2022, 9 a.m.
Bond will
This
continue.
bond will continue.
That did not-
Mr. Gilmore, I will be there
Thank
to
you.
see you. Thank you.
Thank you. Proposed case, People versus David M. All 3 cases.
Oh,
Andrew Childers appearing on behalf of the people.
David I. Goldstein appearing on behalf of the defendant in all 3 cases. Your Honor, as far as the immunity issue is concerned, I am fully vaccinated.
Thank you, Mr. Goldstein.
I like that one. That was good. That was good.
Back on the record.
Bonus points for
Court
that.
has called the case
that
of
person.
the People versus Jason Maples.
Your Honor, could we have a brief breakout room, Your Honor, Mr. Dowd and I?
With me?
Yes, please.
All right. Can you put Mr. Dowd, Ms. Gaines, and myself into a breakout room? Everybody wants to talk to me.
I love you, Your Honor.
And in this matter, there will be, my understanding is there's a request for a referral for competency. The court will refer this for competency evaluation.
Do you think the guy's insane, Your Honor?
Proposed case of the People versus Henry Williams.
Andrew Childers appearing on behalf of the people.
Sandra White on behalf of Henry Williams. Mr. Williams, can you state your name for the record?
Henry Williams, right? Oh, man. Kerry Williams. Oh, I come in at 1:30. Sorry, Your Honor, got the wrong guy here.
All right, very good. All right.
Here we go again.
Yeah. All right, we'll wait for the jail. Kind of busy there.
All right, jail. Please bring us the right criminal or defendant.
Court calls case People versus Trevon Pickett.
Your
All right,
Honor,
what are we doing?
I've had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Pickett regarding his right to have a preliminary exam.
Mr. Pickett has decided to waive his preliminary.
I will not be waiving my preliminary exam until I get further discovery and tell the U.S. Marshals that I'm not making those statements.
All right. He left. Well, he left. Can Mr. Pickett come back, please?
Judge, I apologize. I just met with Mr. Pickett. We had a long discussion. So this is news to me.
It is what it is, bro. I'm not.
Okay, did you want, Mr. Pickett, did you want an exam then?
Yeah.
Okay. You want that in person or via Zoom, sir?
I want it in person. I would like an in-person crowd.
Preliminary examination will be March 22nd, 2022. 9 a.m. That is before Judge Washington.
Just a second, he's writing down the numbers for this one.
Or just call the case of the people versus Antonio Folk. All right, what are we doing on this case?
Your Honor, I'm requesting a brief adjournment. I was just assigned this case Tuesday, and I plan to visit Mr. Fuller tomorrow at the jail.
Your Honor, just so the court's aware and Ms. Woodson's aware, if you're not, I received some information this morning from a colleague that Mr. Fuller has assaulted a CO. That CO was on his way to the hospital as of the email. That was around 6 o'clock, I believe, this morning. I received it. So I just wanted to make sure.
Whoa, just today?
I am aware of that. I don't know if you were, Ms. Woodson.
I was not.
No,
and
shit.
my understanding, and I have not received a medical report or anything along those lines, nor would I was apprised of that in relation to the PCC docket, as well as counsel's availability to see people in the jail being locked down. It is, at least as I'm apprised, such a circumstance that it would be likely that charges would be coming out of that. And we intend upon taking that into consideration. I'll grant you the adjournment, but I also want you to know that given what I am to understand, and I will give you a hearing on it, should your client so desire. At this time, because of that,
all hell may be breaking
bond in this case is significant. I am going to revoke his bond because the actions would be a violation of his conditions on this case. Those actions in their entirety. So, you want 2 weeks out?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, probable cause will be adjourned to March 24th, 2022, 9 a.m. Defendant's bond is revoked.
One drop charge.
Court calls the case of the people versus Jakeem Ware.
Amy Reiser on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Erica Julian appearing on behalf of the individual presently identified as Jakeem Ware.
Excuse me, that's not my brother up front.
No.
Mr. Ware, I've been made aware of the fact that you have claimed a mistaken identity. I was unable to meet with you due to issues with the jail this week. I will be out to see you.
Who is this?
I was appointed to your case, sir.
A what?
Man, he's the attorney who made the case. Where?
Hey, Mr. Simpson, Judge Simpson, I've been going through a lot in this jail. The last time I was on your monitor, I don't know what they said to you. They had muted me out. I wanted to speak with you.
No, I had you muted because they didn't do that. I did that.
Okay.
Because you weren't listening to me.
And you're supposed to be listening.
I was trying to explain to you this facts and the stuff that's going on with this situation. Most of the stuff that you said never even happened. My brother was never on tether. None of that stuff My brother was never on tether. And some
Don't
of the days
talk
is
about the details of the
He was
case.
with me in certain places. I don't know what they just said to y'all or what you just did. Was that you talking?
Sir, I was only arraigning you. I was apprising you of the charges. I was also apprised you that the issue regarding identity certainly can be a defense to the case. But I was also letting you know that based upon the extradition, I was satisfied with that I had the person that was named in the complaint before me. At that time, I then apprised you of the charges. I apprised you of the maximum penalties. I asked you whether or not you understood those.
No, sir.
You chose not to answer my question, I believe, on 2 or 3 occasions.
They muted me, though.
No, you would not answer my question, because before you were muted, you would not answer my question. I told you how I wanted you to answer my question.
It's called not
in terms
stupidly.
of either a yes or a no. You wanted to go on and explain something else.
Okay, well,
I was satisfied that you understood the charges. I was satisfied that you understood and had been apprised of the maximum penalties.
No, sir.
And I indicated that you were then standing mute to the charges and not saying anything.
I didn't do that.
Therefore,
No,
for your protection, I then entered a not guilty plea. I set the matter for probable cause conference today.
Hey, bro,
and then set it for a preliminary examination so that we did not have to go through any type of waiver. I said all of that at that time. And I am still convinced that you understood the proceeding that you were going through. Miss Julia,
I did not proceed, wish to proceed. I did not do none of that.
Mr. Ware, whether or not you state that you're your brother, would you acknowledge that your last name is Ware so I can address you properly?
Did you say you my attorney?
Yes.
Can we adjourn this so I can speak with you personally?
Absolutely. I would love to do
That's
that.
what you said 20 minutes ago.
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Thank you.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned to March 24th, 2022 at 9 a.m.
That's what your attorney's trying to do.
Continue. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excuse me, Judge. No.
Dude, you did it. Now shut up.
The attorney.
Mr. Ware, as your counsel, I recommend that you cease addressing the judge at this time. I will be there to see you as quickly as possible. I tried to see you twice this week, but there were issues with the jail. So I'm going to see you as quickly as I can, okay?
You said it was issues with the jail?
I'll explain all of it to you when I can meet with you.
No, I do not want to be. You said two weeks later, and issues with the jail, them telling me different times and dates, issues with the jail of them leaving me in this cell, don't let me get in the shower or nothing, issues with the jail of them saying I'm denying everything that come in this jail with phone calls and stuff like that. Can you
Mr. Ware, if you could please stop. You are in quarantine, so I was not able to meet with you in person. And then there was a critical incident at the jail last night when I had a Zoom meeting scheduled with you that canceled all visits. It was not personal to you. I will be out there as quickly as I can to meet with you. I promise, okay?
Okay, well, can you explain this to me?
I will explain everything when we meet.
No, they had a guy in this jail. He had the same outfit I had on. And one night, and he got out the jail. The time that I was bonded, I was supposed to be getting out the jail within 72 hours.
I will hear all of your concerns as soon as we meet, and I will address every single one.
Who just said their name was Reisner, though?
Mr. Ware, your hearing is complete. I'll be out to see you shortly.
Shut up.
14A, District Court stands in recess. Thank you.
You're
welcome, ma'am. Court calls case, People versus Martin Wise.
Part 2.
Ashley Lonnie for the people.
Or we'll try to, at least.
Mr. Wagner, you're muted.
Yes. Please unmute yourself, Mr. Loser.
It's going to take a minute. Joe, it's the one with the microphone.
Please push the button.
You got it.
Good. Thank you. Hey, you know what you're dealing with here.
I got it. Like I said, I was letting everybody know it was going to be a minute. I think Miss Lumpy aged a few years. Go ahead.
Never, Your Honor.
Only a few years, Your Honor?
What are we doing on this?
Your Honor, defense counsel reached out to me by email yesterday afternoon. Unfortunately, I was not able to return his message, so I was asking for an adjournment so he and I can discuss the case and possible resolution.
All right.
I'm in agreement, Your Honor.
All right.
I would
Would you
certainly
like
hope you're
1 or
in
2 weeks? Well, you'd like 2 weeks? Will that work for you?
Fine.
All right. Probable cause conference will be adjourned March 24th, 2022, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And you can practice on your Zoom, Mr. Wagner.
Alrighty, so that is part 1 of Judge Simpson's insanity. Don't know how much more we're going to go, at least for the afternoon session, but we'll start on part 2 of Judge Simpson's insanity. This is all from the same day of court hearings. So now, part 2, if you'd be so kind, Mr. Simpson, please gavel in.
Morning, Your Honor. Regina Garrett Carver on behalf of Mr. Black, who's appearing via Zoom. Cody, can you state your name for the record?
Cody Black.
Your Honor, my defense counsel and I approach before we proceed any further.
Really? Okay.
I'm sorry.
I like that, really?
Put all of us into a bench.
I like Judge Simpson. Really? Do we really?
Court calls the case of the people versus Raquel Castellet.
If we have to do a 2-week adjournment, and I hate to do this, but could we have a brief breakout room with Your Honor and counsel?
Another one.
Your Honor, I swear this is my last case.
I've got to start looking more angry because everybody wants to talk to me. Fine.
This is my last case for today, though.
Yeah, it's not the judges.
And I get it. Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'll take the blame for this one, Your Honor. It's on me.
All right, this is Tana's fault. Can you put us into a breakout room, please? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we're back on the record in
Yes, we are.
Castello matter. What the court will do, having a little bit more information, I will adjourn it out just 1 week. I'll adjourn it to the 17th at 9 a.m. And defendant's bond will continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Ms. Kessler,
Yes,
you don't
sir.
have to look so worried. You don't have to look so worried. We weren't saying really bad things about you. Okay?
No, Markel, everything's good.
She's
I will
like,
call you.
she's like,
I'm like, oh no.
oh, good. All right.
You're good. I will call you.
guys. Your Honor, you have a wonderful day.
You do the same, man.
Thank you, Your Honor. It's my last case for the day.
All right. Thank
Have
you.
a great one. Thank you, Miss Tana.
Court calls case the people versus Marcus Pollard. All right. What are we doing on this?
I have spoken with Mr. Pollard, and we wish to waive the preliminary exam.
Before he waives, Mr. Pollard is likely going to need to turn himself in.
Ooh.
You've seen the bond violation?
Yes, Your Honor.
I had issued a bench warrant with no bond because of what was contained in that report.
This is the report from February 10th.
Report from February 10th.
Was there a warrant issued after the 7th of February?
Warrant I issued was on February 16th.
Okay, I did not know that.
So when is he going to turn himself into the jail?
Mr. Pollard, you need to turn yourself in on these bond violations. When will you be able to do that?
Well, I'm going to tell him, and I'm going to try to make it as convenient as possible.
Okay.
So how did I violate the bond?
Because you did.
Hello?
Yeah, we're here.
How did I violate the bond?
You did. That's how.
We had talked briefly about it. Oh, go ahead, Your Honor.
Defendant failed to report for intake testing. Telephone to defendant, left voicemail. Telephone the community corrections back on January 27th, stating that he did not know he was required to report. He was then at that time instructed to report on January 28th to submit to testing and return on January 31st for intake paperwork. Telephone the front desk on 1/28/22, stated he started a job and could not report to test. Informed the front desk to report for intake and testing on the 31st. On the 31st, you then failed to report and did not contact community corrections. On 2/1, they sent a bond report on. You failed to appear then in court on February 3rd, and a warrant was issued. The warrant somehow or another got canceled. Telephoned the front desk on 2/8 at approximately 4:20. The schedule for intake on 2/9. And once again, you did not appear and did not contact community corrections. As of the writing, you have not completed intake or submitted to testing as was ordered. And that was on February 16th, or on February 10th. On February 16th, after receiving the report, the court issued a warrant. You still have not gone over, and I am almost a month out. Anything else you want to know?
No, I was dealing with CMH. I've been dealing with CMH, and I was really didn't know because it's my first time ever having to phone bond anything, and I didn't really know the procedures. So when I did go up,
well, I'm explaining to you the procedures right now, and that is you need to report to the Washington County Jail, otherwise we will come and get you.
Oh.
Which would you prefer?
We will taxi your ass.
I report. All right. I'll report to you.
Here's what I will do. I will adjourn this out 1 week. Probable cause conference will be adjourned to March 17th, 2022, 9 a.m. I'm going to order that the defendant is to report to the Washington County Jail. You need to report to the Washington County Jail. You are to report to the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today.
Okay. Gotcha.
Failure to report
will be,
sir, so that you understand how I work. I will make sure the Washington County Sheriff's Department comes out and gets you. And then there's not going to be a whole lot of hope in terms of getting any bond from me if you don't follow my instructions. Understood?
They will pick your ass up.
Thank you.
We deliver for you.
Court calls case, People versus Robin Robinson.
Robinson, please. Come on down.
On behalf of Robin Robinson. Hi, Robin Robinson here.
You want to argue with me too? No.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, I do. Please, Your Honor, may I?
Usually after something like that, nobody wants to talk to me. All right.
Your Honor, there is a
Court calls case of People versus
Toyota?
Adler.
Toyota, okay. Come on down.
You have her bond violation report?
I do not think I do.
I got a violation.
Oh yeah, you do.
Oh, you got multiple violations, my dear.
For what?
No, I don't believe I do.
For
Get
what?
the bond violation.
Everything under the fucking sun.
Alright, here we go. Ms. Alderman was scheduled to report on February 4th for intake. She did not.
Oh.
Court for County of Washington, State of Michigan is now in session. All those having business.
Alright, that was the same one that we were just on.
As was ordered. And that was on February 6th.
Ah, God darn it! Sorry, guys.
As was ordered.
Okay.
And that was on February 16th. Or on February 10th.
10th, Your
On
Honor.
February 16th, after receiving the report, the court issued a warrant. You still have not gone over, and I am almost a month out.
Yes, you are, Your Honor.
Anything else you want to know?
No, I was dealing with CMH. I've been dealing with CMH, and I was really didn't know because it's my first time ever having to bond anything, and I didn't really know the procedures. So when I did go up,
well, I'm explaining to you the procedures right now. And that is you need to report to the Washtenaw County Jail, otherwise we will come and get you. Which would you prefer?
So this is back a little bit, not much, but a little bit back.
All right. I'll report to you.
Here's what I will do. I will adjourn this out 1 week.
And only 1 week.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned to March 17th, 2022, 9 a.m. I am going to order that the defendant is to report to the Washtenaw County Jail. You need to report to the Washtenaw County Jail. You are to report to the Washtenaw County Jail by 6 p.m. today.
And that is where we will put the kibosh on this episode. Come on back tonight. We will, instead of our solstice, just continue with Judge Simpson instead. Until then, please make sure you do like, share, and subscribe. Help us get to that goal of 50,000 views, which we are so incredibly close. I would love to kick that number over in the next day or two. Of course, as well, for Google to put us on the algorithms for even more people to, of course, see the show on the other side with the 1,000 subscriber goal. So until tonight, rock and roll, be kind to one another, and release the Krakens as we march along this afternoon and every afternoon here from day one. Have a great afternoon. We'll see you tonight.